Hello, hello, thank you for checking in. It is Friday, Funny Friday, a regular feature of Live with Lorielle New, where we share jokes to put everybody in a good mood for the weekend. So I hope you have some jokes to share with everybody. Thank you for checking in, and I'm feeling a little better. I'm suffering from an infection all week, so I'm on antibiotics. So we're going to make it a short show today because my energy is limited. But, goodness, that's really noisy, isn't it? Seriously, it makes me look crazy listening to that all day long. Anyhow, so it's Funny Friday where we share jokes to put everyone in a good mood for the weekend, and I am live on YouTube and Google Hangouts. So, hello. Hi. Hello. Let me say hello. Oh, I didn't say hello to hello. Let me say hello to everybody. Allure Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Tesis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Fairy's Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Sturgis Guy and Tesis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Fairy's Lover and Angie Tomlinson and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis. And does anyone know if YouTube is working properly? Okay, yes, I guess you can. All right, so thank you for that. Good to know. All right. So, why can't I move this? All right, I'm arranging the screens here. Let me make sure, and Wing Doggy, let me make sure I didn't forget anyone. Hang on, and then we will share some jokes. Whoops. Sorry, I just called you users. Forgot the slash. Okay. Hi, Angie, and Bill Knaus, and Linda. Wait, you have no sound? Can everyone else hear? Okay, Angie, you might have to reboot. Let her know that she has to reboot because sometimes yeah, the sound is working, just not for you. Oh my God, why? Why? I got two of the windows closed. It's so hot in here. Hi, Sturgis Guy. Here's a joke. Today, a man knocked on the door and asked for a small donation towards the swimming pool. So I gave him a glass of water. So I gave him a bottle of water. Here you go. Here's another one from Sam. You know you're ugly when it comes to the group photo and everyone asks you to take the picture. Maybe you're just the only one with a camera. Hi, Batula Cyrus. Thank you for checking in. Great to see you. Nice to meet you. Hello. For anyone who's just checking in, I'm Lorielle New, and I am live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 5:15 Los Angeles time. If you're not already following me on Twitter, please do. And there is like grinding, horrible noise going on. I don't know if it's making you guys crazy, but is that totally like noisy and annoying? How loud is it from where you are? Ah! I know, what the hell? Exactly. We got another joke. Sam says, this is Funny Friday, where we share jokes to put everybody in a good mood for the weekend. So we have another joke from YouTube that says, a recent study has found that women who carry a little extra weight live longer than the men who mention it. Ah! Hi, Teases. David Jones, wait. David Jones, were you on Ashley Madison? David Jones just said, I had to take care of an identity theft issue, but I am awesome and it is fixed. Thank you very much, Ashley Madison. Speaking of updating on the Ashley Madison thing, now the first Josh Duggar, not only did he have one, he had two Ashley Madison accounts. Spent over $1,000 in credit card charges on the website, 2 accounts, plus a Facebook. Yes. David Jones says, this isn't a joke, it's real. Somebody opened a Verizon account in his name with 4 phones. Somebody's got a lot of phones. Hi, Angie Tomlinson. I hope it's working now. Hi, Teases. Good for you, David Jones. Well, I suspect, David Jones, that there are a lot of people with the name David Jones. Just a little bit. Just a few. Oh no, Angie has no sound. Angie, I don't know why you have no sound. They used your address. Bastards. It's Funny Friday! Woohoo! Woohoo! How's everybody's weekend? I am. Here's another one from Sam. Relationships are a lot like algebra. Have you ever looked at your ex and wondered why? To the square root of cubed times a negative integer. Tisa says, why couldn't the chicken find her egg? Because she mislaid them. Oh. Sturgis guy says, I'm about to get drunk. I understand, Sturgis. And I sympathize with you because you live in Sturgis. Time to move. Oh, I don't have any control over that, Linda. David Jones says, what is the difference between a well-dressed man and a dog? The well-dressed man wears a suit, and the dog just pants. I understand, Sturgis, because you're in Sturgis. It's always going to be a rough weekend. I'm looking forward to an excellent weekend. Jesus has a really long one. A young boy enters a barber shop and the barber whispers to the customer, "This is the dumbest kid in the world. Watch while I prove it to you." So the barber puts a dollar bill in one hand and 2 quarters in the other and calls the little boy over and says, "Hey, little boy, which one do you want?" And the boy takes the 2 quarters and leaves. And the guy looks over at his buddy and goes, "What did I tell you?" says the barber. "That kid never learns." Later, when the customer leaves, he sees the same young boy coming out of the ice cream store. And he says, "Hey, son, might I ask you a question? Why did you take the quarters instead of the dollar bill?" And the little boy licked the cone and replied, "Because." The day I take the dollar, the game is over. Oh, because if he keeps going in every day, he'll get 2 quarters. Sam says, "Intelligence is like underwear. It is important that you have it on, but it's not necessary that you show it off." I think I disagree with that. I think you should show off your underwear and your intelligence. David Jones says, "What do you call a cow who gives no milk?" An utter failure. Pizza says, 3 guys stranded on a desert island find a magic lantern containing a genie who grants them each one wish. The first guy wishes he was off the island and back home, and boom, he's back home. The second guy wishes the same, and boom, he's back home. The third guy says, "I'm lonely. I wish my friends were back here with me." And poof. Yeah! David Jones thinks girls like smart guys with a nice butt. I don't know about that, David Jones. I like big brains. I like smart guys. I have never, ever paid attention to a man's butt. Never. Tisa says, a guy meets a hooker in a bar and she says, "This is your lucky night. I've got a special game for you. I will do absolutely anything you want for $300 as long as you can say it in 3 words. The guy replies, "Hey, why not?" He pulls his wallet out of his pocket and one at a time lays $300 bills on the bar and then says slowly, "Paint my house." Ah! Well, I don't get why she would say 3 words anyhow. What kind of challenge is that? I can tell you to do anything in 3 words. That's not a challenge. Do me now. I think any type of sex act you could think of would have 3 words in it. What is the point of that? Linda says, what do you get when you cross a lawyer and a criminal? Another criminal. 7 operations, Angie. Ah! Tisa says, 2 campers are hiking in the woods when one is bitten in the rear end by a rattlesnake. I'll go into town for a doctor, says the other guy. He runs 10 miles to a small town and finds the doctor's only doctor is delivering a baby and says, I can't leave. The doctor says, but here's what you do. Take a pocket knife, cut a little X where the bite is, suck out the poison, and spit it on the ground. The guy runs back to his friend who's in agony. And his friend says, what did the doctor say? And his friend says, I'm sorry, man, but you're going to die. Ah! Sam says, my therapist says I have a preoccupation with vengeance. Oh, yeah, well, we'll see about that, Mr. Smarty Pants. Sam says, is Google a woman? Because it won't let you finish your sentence without coming up with other suggestions. Damn it. Linda says, what's the difference between a lawyer and a mosquito? Answer, the lawyer has a briefcase. Ah! Linda says, how would you make a group of lawyers smile for a photo? Just say, please. Tisa says, a guy is sitting at home when he hears a knock at the door. He opens the door and sees a snail on the porch. He picks up the snail and throws it as far as he can. 3 years later, there's another knock at the door. He opens it and sees the same snail. The snail says, what the hell is that all about? Sam says, thieves broke into my house and stole everything except the soap, the shower, towels, and deodorant. Dirty bastards. Lisa says, 2 campers are walking through the woods when a huge brown bear suddenly appears in the clearing 50 feet in front of them. The bear sees the campers and begins to run towards them. The first guy drops his backpack, digs out a pair of sneakers, and begins frantically trying to put them on. The second guy says, what are you doing? Sneakers won't help you outrun the bear. And the guy says, I don't need to outrun the bear. I just need to outrun you. Well, I got a head start on you while you're putting on your sneakers. I'm running. Angie says, I'm worried about something and I need some reassurance. What is wrong, Angie? What is wrong, Angie? David Jones says, why are meteorologists always nervous? Their future is always up in the air. Tisa says, my grandfather always says, don't watch your money, watch your health. So one day I was watching my health and somebody stole my money. It was Grandpa! Dirty bastard. Linda says, how come sharks will not bite lawyers? Professional courtesy. Ah, somebody doesn't like lawyers. What's wrong, Angie? Tisa says, two guys are walking down the street when a mugger approaches them and demands their money. They both grudgingly pull out their wallets and begin to take out their cash. Just then, one guy turns to the other and hands him a bill and says, hey, here's the $20 I owed you. Thanks, tool. Angie says, I was wondering about a rumor somebody was saying that the world was going to end next month. Please let me know that that is not true. Angie, it is not true. Every time, how many times? There's been so many times that that's happened. You know what that is? That is the person who is saying that. There's always some group saying that. Person who is saying that, that is just a grab for publicity. Because they know that somebody's going to make that headline and write that story, and somehow they're going to get money from people. That is a scam. Playing on people's fears and getting publicity. Because how many times, Angie, how many times has somebody said that? And then what happened? We wake up and, well, still here. Oops, I got the date wrong. Yeah. Scammers. Those are just scammers. Tisa says, I went to the psychiatrist and he said, you're crazy. And I said, hey, wait a minute here. I think I want a second opinion. So he says, okay, you're ugly too. And you're a, hey, what kind of quack is that? David Jones, don't tease. Don't tease. Sam says, apparently I snore so loudly that it scares everyone in the car I'm driving. To wake up! Sam says, how do you spot the blind guy in the nudist colony? It's not hard. Nobody gets hard in the nudist colony. Just let me tell you. Imagine going to the grocery store and seeing all the people you regularly see at a grocery store naked. Most of them are not good naked. Nudist colony, a lot of bad nakedness. Yeah. Nudist colonies are not full of supermodels. They're full of regular people. Walmart shoppers. Tisa says, I always look for a woman who has a tattoo. When I see a woman with a tattoo, I'm thinking, okay, here's a gal capable of making decisions she regret in the morning. David Jones says they arrested the former chewing gum manufacturer for unlicensed experiments. Linda says, how many lawyers does it take to change a light bulb? 3. 1 to climb the ladder, 1 to shake it, and 1 to sue the ladder company. These things are tall! You could fall off of that. From now on, a warning label must be on all ladders. Careful. These are tall. You might fall off. Sam says, how would I know about that? I was at a nude beach once, years ago. I was at a nude beach, and there was nobody sexy at the nude beach. Imagine being at a nude beach, and everybody looks like somebody's grandfather, naked. Ah. Yeah. A guy tells a psychiatrist, it was terrible. I was away on business and I emailed my wife that I'd be back a day early. I rushed home from the airport and found her in bed with my best friend. I didn't get it. How could she do this to me? How could she do this to me? Said the psychiatrist. How could she do this to me? Well, says the psychiatrist, maybe she didn't see your email. Wow. Oh, I'm sure that was funny. Oh my, it's already 5:48. I was going to do a short show. I've already gone longer. All right, I will be back on Monday, feeling much better and back 100%. I want to thank you guys for being so supportive and sweet while I wasn't feeling well all week. I'm on antibiotics and feeling better. Lots of rest. Anyhow, let me say goodbye to everybody. Lori Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Teasus and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Eugene Tomlinson and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Asher Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Jim Dandy and Sturgis Guy and Wing Doggy and Sam and St. Clinton and Philip Chandler and N1QOB and Red Stapler and Joe Barney and John McCain. Thank you for checking in. Let me make sure I didn't miss anyone. Kisses for everybody. Bill Knaus. Kisses for everybody. I love you. Have an awesome weekend. Bye. I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye. I love you.